let's start here. All right. Okay. I want to start off and give all honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and another double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well. And enough respect and salutations out there to the Akims, to the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. And I'm here today to do a video, and we're gonna get on Esau. We're gonna talk about his blessings, and talk about what he, we're gonna talk about how this man is, how he rules, and how he's deceptive, and how he's gonna use that, and how he's gonna come upon the 2/3 of our people. All right. So I got a video attached right here. It's called 10 Insane Sci-Fi Military Tech and Machines That Actually Exist. Okay? So this is just a little insight of the machines and the technology of the science of Esau. This is his blessing, and I'm going to get into the scriptures after this video, but I just want to play, and I want you guys to see some of the things. This is back in 2017. It's 2019. We already know that Esau is already somehow, basically, he's already manifested all the technology that he needs, but he's still going to keep going. The Most High is giving him the knowledge and the wisdom for him to build these things so that he can come against the 2/3 of his people, and not only the 2/3 of his people, to come against Yahweh Shai when he makes his second return. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the video. It's 10 minutes. I may try to skip around it, but try to make this video short so it doesn't, so I don't prolong it, too long, Lord willing. So this is the video. It's called 10 Insane Sci-Fi Military Tech and Machines That Actually Exist. All right? So let's jump into it.
Star Wars or Star Trek or Star anything.
Amazing!
All right.
Number 10. Robot Snipers. If you're into video games at all, then at some point you've surely encountered an automated sentry turret. Unlike another player, it doesn't have to worry about aim, reaction time, or anything like that. Only pure death on sight. If you've always wanted to experience this sort of fun in real life, just take a trip to the Gaza Strip, where the Israeli Defense Force is working towards making this a reality. Parts of the controversial area are patrolled by remote-controlled .5 caliber machine guns that detect intruders via ground sensors and drones. Pillboxes containing the guns are interspersed every several hundred meters. Currently, a human being is still in the loop. A soldier back at command must authorize the gun to fire, although he isn't responsible for aiming, detecting, or anything else. However, they are working towards cutting off humans entirely and making them fully autonomous. Number 9. Self-steering bullets. Bullets are a pretty effective way of killing someone, but there's always the problem of actually having to hit them. Bullets have had basically the same technology for practically a century, but DARPA is looking to change that. Since we're going to have self-driving cars here pretty soon, why not some self-driving bullets? DARPA's Extreme Accuracy Task Ordnance, or X-Acto bullet, can course correct itself after it's been fired. Because the weapon is top secret classified information, nobody knows exactly how the bullet actually works. But Sandia National Labs has a similar self-guiding bullet that makes use of tiny fins, and others speculate that the bullet has some way of altering its center of mass. Elsewhere, a Texas-based startup called Tracking Point is developing a scope capable of enabling anyone to accurately hit targets up to 1,400 yards away. This is done with their precision-guided system, which includes a networked tracking scope. It is able to track a target, calculate range, and the ballistic solution depending on wind speed, the dropping of the bullet due to gravity, and other factors. It places a crosshair into the scope and shoots as soon as you line it up on the target. This eliminates the threat of timing errors and prevents trigger squeeze from messing up the shot. It's pretty much aimbot in real life. Number 8. Tractor beams. What spacey science fiction movie is truly complete without the tractor beam? an invisible arm of some kind that can be turned on with the flip of a switch and pull in our unwitting main characters. And it wasn't invented by George Lucas. Fictional villains have been using these things since the campy space adventure books of the 1930s. The reason for this is that scientists have known for a long time that light really does emit pressure and that it can move small particles. NASA is currently researching 3 different possible methods. One that would be a sort of light tweezers, grabbing the object from either side, a spiraling tunnel of laser waves, and a Bessel beam, which is so advanced it can't even be explained with a physical metaphor. Currently, NASA can only move microscopic particles with these tractor beams, but it's a tractor beam nonetheless, and by 2050, they'll likely be pulling in enemy alien spaceships. Number 7. Freeze Ray. Mr. Freeze, Frozone, and May would truly be proud of the German scientists who, by aiming lasers at high-pressure gas, were able to lower temperatures by 119 degrees in only a few seconds, taking humanity's first and giant step towards creating a freeze ray. And it's not something that can just be performed in a lab under certain conditions. A research team in Berlin actually managed to use the technology to create clouds in the sky by rapidly cooling down water vapor. Scientists may claim that the intended use of this technology would be to create clouds for farmers whose crops are in need of rain, but everyone knows that their real secret goal is to be able to turn people into blocks of ice with the push of a button and become supervillains who make lots of bad.
And you see Esau, Salakia, and you see Esau, he puts this in his movies. He's letting you know, man, I got the technology. The technology is basically, it's already being prepared. You understand? And the 2/3 of our people, they think that it's movies, they think that it's science fiction, they think that it's not real. They think that it's just all fiction. That, oh, it's just in the movies. You're being too modest. You're not looking around. These are the people who are simple. That's not looking into the things of what the world, Salakia, what Esau has. This man has technology like beyond what we can even imagine. Like, this is his blessing. You understand? This is what his blessing is, and he's gonna manifest that to basically to the highest. To whereas when Jacob, when the 12 tribes of Israel, when they get their blessing, it's gonna be manifest throughout the whole earth. Everyone's gonna know. So, Esau has this thing, has so like he has this technology. It's supposed to be military grade, but what happens when he comes to move in on the 2/3 of Israel? He's gonna pull out everything, all his gadgets. All right? So let's go ahead and play on some more.
Bad, cold-related puns. Number 6. Infantry robots. Science fiction has long predicted that eventually war isn't going to be about people fighting people, but about robots fighting people. But how close are we to moving away from stormtroopers and finally getting into battle droids? Possibly closer than you might think. The US military's Modular Advanced Armed Robotic System, or MARS, is a robot designed for reconnaissance, surveillance, and target acquisition. The 370-pound robot can be equipped with an M240B machine gun with 450 rounds of ammo, as well as 4 M203 grenade launcher tube. The Mars can travel at 7 miles per hour, about human jogging speed, and be up to 1,000 meters away from its human controller. Needless to say, most people would rather be the person pushing the Mars joystick than have to go kick down a terrorist door the old-fashioned way. Number 5. A heat ray. For science fiction scenarios when shooting someone just isn't going to cut it, a heat ray is a great way of letting everyone know you mean business by melting their face off, or maybe just setting them on fire. For all your long-range heating needs, look no further than the Active Denial System, or ADS. The US military created ADS for area denial, perimeter security, and crowd control, so non-lethal task rather than face melting, but impressive nonetheless. The weapon works by shooting 95 gigahertz waves at the target, which doesn't sound too threatening.
All right. I hope you guys, Salakia, I hope you guys are paying attention now. With these rays, they can planet out the people, and the people can be, basically the frequency is so high that it's going to deter them away, right? You can deter away a whole crowd into one corner. You can have the robots ready. You can have you can have robots ready that they had earlier. I believe it was like the last 2 or 3 of them before that you seen this one. This exact clip. All right. So let's say you have this machine. It's to turn everybody away into one corner. Only thing you need is the robots to come and just shoot the people down. I mean, Esau's finna be bodies on top of bodies. The things that this man has, his blessing, he's you can't fight against this man. This is when the spiritual power eventually will be able to come upon the brothers, hopefully, Lord willing, at that time. When it says he will lift up a standard against this man. I mean, the scriptures is being played out in front of your eyes, but you got to have the spirit to discern and to be able to see what's about to happen. Many of Jake is about to get slaughtered. It's going to be slaughtered. All right? Let's go ahead and play some more.
Until you realize that a microwave oven is only 2.45 gigahertz and can still make stuff painful to put in your mouth. The ADS excites water and fat molecules under people's skin, causing them to experience intense heat. A test subject described his experience with getting hit with a beam like this. For the first millisecond, it just felt like the skin was warming up. Then it got warmer and warmer, and you felt like it was on fire. As soon as you're away from the beam, your skin returns to normal and there is no pain. Number 4. Shockwave Cannon. If a heat ray seems too overtly villainous for your non-lethal crowd control needs, perhaps you would be better off trying the aptly named Thunder Generator. Originally used by Israeli farmers to scare birds away, because apparently scarecrows weren't cutting it, the Israeli military realized the technology's broader potential. Igor Friedman, the president of the company that created the system, says that anyone within 30 to 50 meters from the cannon will feel like he's standing in front of a firing squad, but won't be hurled to the ground. He'll be able to run away unharmed. The cannon creates these non-lethal blasts by pumping a mixture of liquefied petroleum, cooking gas, and air through the barrel, where they detonate, ultimately creating a series of high-velocity shock bursts. Number 3. A sound gun. The Long Range Acoustic Device, or LRAD, is a weapon system that finally brings the powers of a whole myriad of superheroes as well as Overwatch's Lucio into reality. LRAD fires narrow beams of sound that can be heard by the naked ear 1,000 feet away, plenty of distance to warn possible intruders that they should stay away before you unleash your futuristic technology on them. Because at full power, LRAD can also create sound so loud that anyone hearing it would be forced to run away. The sound is so concentrated, however, that those using LRAD wouldn't be affected themselves. The system has been used to repel pirates off the northeast coast of Somalia and deter protesters at the 2009 G20 summit in Pittsburgh. Number 2. Laser Cannon. In a lot of science fiction, bullets are nowhere to be found, as everyone knows that lasers that can effortlessly slice through anything are far superior and make cooler pew-pew sounds. We may not have handled blasters yet, but we do have a full-on laser cannon, the Laser Avenger. The Hummer-mounted laser is capable of shooting a drone straight out of the sky with nothing but a highly concentrated laser beam. And that was only 1 kilowatt. Northrop Grumman, the company responsible for creating Laser Avenger,
This is some of the things that Esau is going to bring upon our people, upon the 12 tribes, the 2/3 that I may add. They have a lot coming to them, but they trust this man so much that they are in his best interest, but this man does not care about them at all. All right, let's go ahead and play some more.
is working on a 100 kilowatt beam that would be capable of far more damage. But taking down aircrafts isn't the system's only function. It can also be used to remotely and safely detonate IEDs. The US military's collection of sci-fi weaponry will also soon include the Mach 6 EM railgun, recently test-fired in Virginia. The cannon, created for use on board battleships, launches projectiles with powerful electromagnetism. Number 1. Iron Man suit. We'll probably never have a real-life Superman, Thor, or Hulk, but Iron Man, to quote Captain America in the first Avengers movie, is just a big man in a suit of armor. That sounds a lot more achievable than finding an alien who's strong enough to tow the Earth. Or at least that's what the US military must have thought when they began developing the Tactical Assault Light Operator Suit, or TALOS. While it might not be able to fly, the planned features are pretty superhuman. A mechanical exoskeleton would allow the user to lift far more than your average soldier, effectively giving them super strength. Scientists say that the suit, which the military hopes to have working prototypes of in 2018, would also feature liquid armor that would solidify in milliseconds.
They said in 2018, correct? And it's the year 2019. It's October 5th, 2019. I'm sure they already surpassed whatever this is on right now. All right? Let's listen.
To be able to stop a bullet while still being light enough to wear. What other sci-fi technology do you think?
Wow. See, this is the things that are coming upon the people of Israel. The people that's not going to be listening. This is what the Most High is setting up. He's setting these things up to take out the people. Don't the scriptures tell you that the judgment's first going to come upon his people first? We're going to see, man. It's going to be like a bloodbath out here. So let's go ahead and go back to the beginning of Esau's blessing here in Genesis chapter 27. All right. So let's read on. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 37. And it reads on. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord. All right. So this is Isaac. He's talking to Esau, and he's letting Esau know that he's letting his brother Jacob become his Lord. Okay. This is a future prophecy. And it reads on, and all his brethren, which is Esau, have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And it reads, and Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? So this is Esau. He's asking his father Isaac. He's saying, do you only have one blessing, my father? Then he's saying, and it reads on, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So you got a picture in your head. This is Esau. He's crying. You know how an Edomite cry. They ugly as fuck when they cry. You understand? So I can just picture it back then, like he crying, his face all red, damn hairy, all type of shit, and he's weeping, he's crying, he's done. All right. So now to comfort Esau, now this is Isaac, and Isaac says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. So he's telling, so now this is Isaac. He's telling Esau, he's saying, you're going to have the fatness of the earth. And when you look at it, and of the dew of heaven from above. So it's letting you know he's going to have all dominion over this whole earth. He's going to have the richest parts, all the richest things that are in the earth. This is the fatness of the earth that he's referring to. And when it says that of the dew of heaven, he's going to control Salakia. Like it says, like how he made the deception saying that he went to the moon, which we know that he did not go to the moon. He has satellites and things up there in the heavens. This is the dew of heaven from above. He's up there. This is how he's able to have his technology. All right. And it reads on verse 40. And by let's read over again, verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live. All right. So I just lost the train of thought. And it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. And isn't that how Esau's living today? He lives by his sword. He lives by the blessing that he has, the guns, the military might. He's in every country. He's killing people in different countries. He's taking over. He's implementing his philosophies and everything in these countries. So he's forcing his ways of life, his philosophy, his religion. You understand? All that wherever he goes. And it reads on, and shalt serve thy brother. So this is a future prophecy. He's going to serve his brother, Jacob. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And it reads on, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. So Esau despised. He basically despised the blessing because he wanted the blessing that Jacob had, but he had it the whole time. But through the Spirit, it was already given to Jacob. The elder should serve the younger. All right? Who came out first? Esau. So it reads on. Let's read back from the top of 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So this is letting you know the spirit of Esau, the spirit of this so-called white man when you see him today. Yeah, he may smile at you. He may try to shake your hand. He try to be convincing, conniving, deceiving, all that. He speaks to you with smooth words. He'll make you think that he's not your enemy. But deep down, he hates Jacob. Meaning deep down, he hates the so-called black man. He's the so-called Spanish man. His Latino and the Salakia and the so-called Native American Indians. All right? He hates you. And this is the 2/3. This is where they're going to have to learn it the hard way. You can see the video that I just put up. That was just a little small inkling of what Esau has. He has stuff that's out there, greater works. This is how he deceives the people. All right? So now that we know that Salakia, that Esau, his blessing will be the fatness of the earth in the heaven of above, and Salakia, in the dew of heaven from above, and that he's gonna live by the sword. This is another indicator letting you know that this man is being revealed. This is who the Bible has been speaking about the whole time. All right? And in the last verse, he said he will slay his brother Jacob. I mean, wow. But this is the spirit of Esau. So now, let's jump into the book of Psalms 50 and 20. All right? And it reads on. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Right? Let's go into that. Let's go into the word. Let's see what it says. So, thou slanderest. So, slanderous. Looks like Dophi. I'm probably saying it wrong. So, let's go ahead and let's hear it.
Strong's H 1848. Dophi.
And it reads Dophi. All right? It's masculine. And now the root word of it means from an unused root, meaning to push over, slander, a blemish, or a fault. All right? So he's basically faulting his brother. He sees blemish in his brother, meaning to push over, a stumbling block. I don't know if that's the right, basically the right definition, but it's somewhat close to it. Let's read. It says, which may very well be drawn from the etymology. The Hebrew interpreters explain it badly by a conjecture drawn from the other member, a report, a slander. Oh, Salakia, an evil report, a slander. So this is what he's doing. He's doing this to his brother Jacob. His brother Jacob is just, he can't help it that he got the blessing and the other brother didn't. It's all set up through the Spirit. And we can get that in the book of Romans. We'll get that. Well, yeah, let's see if we can get that right now. Romans 9. I believe it's Romans 9. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's start at verse 9. Salakia. And it reads, "For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac." Now this is the point, verse 11. "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election." That's the key word right there, election. "Might stand, not of works, but him that calleth." So let's go into the word election. Is it on here? Okay, election. All right. I can't pronounce that.
Strong's G 1589, eklage. Eklage.
Eklage. All right. Election, chosen. Now this is the definition: the act of picking out, choosing, of the act of the Most High's free will, by which before the foundation of the world he decreed his blessings to certain persons. All right. And then again, it reads, "the decree made from choice by which he determined to bless certain persons, thou Hamashiach, by grace alone." A thing or a person chosen, of persons, God's elect. All right? Divine selection. Chosen, election. It's letting you know that it was chosen from the foundations of the world. All right? So let's go ahead and finish this on Romans. I've lost my place. Salakia. We'll read verse 11 again. "For the children being not yet born," this is according to Esau and Jacob, okay? Back in the Genesis, you can read that back in Genesis chapter 25. And it reads, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger." This is the future prophecy of what was supposed to happen. The elder, which was Esau, he shall serve the younger, which is Jacob, in the kingdom for 1,000 years. All right? In verse 13, "As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For Salakia, for he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that sheweth mercy." Verse 17, "For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, that Salakia, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. All right? I know I'm jumping a little around too much, but that's the purpose of why Esau, he's created for the day of evil. This is what this white man, he's born to have a crooked spirit. He cannot be made straight. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing no one else here can say. Not even of himself. He was chosen to be that person that he is. And Jacob is chosen to be the person that he is. The 12 tribes of Israel. This is why we have a different type of spirit from the so-called white man. All right? So it's written from the foundations of the earth. It's nothing that we can do. It's just that everyone has to play out their lot. All right? So let's jump into the book of Psalms. 64, and let's start at 2. And it reads, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." These people of the workers of iniquity is the seed of Salakia, of Esau. Verse 3, "Who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." And this is how they do. They have a nice tongue. They can speak good, but behind those words that they speak is nothing but lies and confusion and deception. And when he shoots them with bitter words. They're gonna hurt you. The words that he speaks, they may come off as easy, nice, and sound good, but really they're coming to kill you. That's what his words do to you. A two-edged sword, basically. Reads on, verse 4. "That they may shoot in secret at the perfect." Who is the perfect? That's the elect, which goes back to Romans 9, the ones according to election. And it reads on, "Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?" This is what everybody is saying. Salakia. This is what Esau is saying. All right? He's laying the snares down for our people right now as I speak. How he's laying the snares down is by his laws. He's going into his different laws. He got different propagandas and everything. We have the dang, I'm trying to think. You got the Rex 84. You got the King Alfred plan. You got the I believe it's the Megiddo plan. You got the Operation Cable Splicer. You got the Genocide Act. You got the Operation Garden Plot. Man, it goes on and on. This how he's laying the snares privately among the people. Why? Because the people don't even know that these things are going on. So therefore, it is up to the men of the Lord to bring it out and to give the people awareness, to like really look into it, to basically look. But guess what? The 2/3 of our people, they love this so-called white man. They love him. They think that he's just there for them always, that he's in their best interest. You see how they go crying up to Egypt. They go crying up to this white man when something doesn't go the right way. They're basically saying that they chose this white man as their power, their God. And it reads on verse 6. "They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search." You don't think that this white man, he knows who he is? He knows who he is. He probably knows most of the prophecies and everything that's going to happen. This is why he's getting his military, his laws, and everything behind the scenes. He has everything. He's searched it out. But the one thing that you see Jake doing, they out there, they smoking weed. They trying to chase Salakia. They're trying to chase women. You understand? They all peeled up. They drunk. They on the corner. They want to play Nintendo. Not Nintendo. They want to play the PlayStation 4. Xbox, whatever. They on Instagram, Twitter. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with the Instagram and Twitter thing, but use it for edification. But these people, Salakia, our people, they're on it just for folly, to show off. But the whole time, the meanwhile, you got Esau. He's behind the scenes. He's making the plans. He's making everything. The scriptures tell you he searched out iniquities. They accomplished a diligent search. You understand? This man is not playing. But you got Jake out here. He's playing around. All right? Let's read on. And it reads on. Right here. And it says, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So it's letting you know that inside of their brain, this is how you see them. They study psychology. They study the ways of behavior. They study, they do a diligent search. That's one thing that I can give them. You can look into the different movies that he put. It gives them a different insight. A person that thinks that deep, this should let you know that it is Esau. Look at which one is search out iniquities? Let me get a good movie. Like the Saw series, the Saw movies. I don't know if people are familiar with it, but the movie Saw, where you have to try to figure it out. You have different clues. You try to have to figure it out before the time runs out, and that he basically watching you get killed. He's letting you know that. I gotta get that clip, man. Let me see if I can find it, man. The movie Saw. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. They got like a little small scene. Right here. Here is something that it takes a person with great... I don't want to make it too long. This is a shorter one. Right here. A person that has...
Hello, Bobby.
A person who has a brain to really think of iniquities is someone as this guy. So let's play it. Hope you guys can kind of see it.
She's one of your trusted colleagues. She has been your publicist for years, knowing your lies, but choosing to speak no evil. She has been richly rewarded for her words, but today she will be rewarded for her silence. In the X-ray, you will see a key. The key to Nina's survival, which will shut off her device. But there's a catch. You have 1 minute to pull the fishhook from her stomach and unlock her device. Or else the 4 spikes will penetrate her throat, silencing Nina forever. Remember, the spikes will also advance each time the decibel level in this room rises above a whisper, killing her even sooner. Will Nina live or die, Bobby? The choice is yours.
Just shut up. Stay with me, okay? Do it. Okay, stay with me. Stay with me. It's gonna be okay. Look at me. Please, for me, just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get this out. Let's do it, boy. Let's fucking do it.
All right. Well, that's gonna be coming to Jake, man. Stuff like this. You understand? Let's go back to 60. I believe I was. Where was I? And I said every thought of one of Salakia. And it says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So for someone to think of something like this, they searching out iniquity. They're searching out how to torture someone. They're searching out how to kill someone. Who can think of things like this of the everyday person? No one is not as such as this. This is Esau. This is the spirit of Esau. Someone who can have someone chained up to put a key inside their throat. It'll tear up their intestines. And then if they don't get it in enough time, it kills the person. Who thinks of stuff like this? The so-called white man. This is him. He's showing you through his movies. He's showing you through the ways of life, how he is out here. But he's giving the people the perception that he's not a killer. He's nice. All right. Hopefully, this can be an eye opener to let you know who this white man is. He's angry about his blessing. You understand? And he's gonna use this on Jake. All right. So let's jump into the book of Psalms 12 and 2. It reads, "They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips. And with a double heart do they speak." Did he not just say right here that this person will be able to get him out, and if you get him out enough time, he know that the person is not going to be able to get them out. Look how he tested her to pull that out of the key out of her mouth. He knew she would scream. You understand? She would scream, and these things would go through her neck and kill her. That's what he's doing. That's what he said on the tape. Let's read that again. "They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak." Yeah, he just spoke with a double heart. As an example. And it reads, verse 3, "And the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things." So everything is going to be brought low. Everything is going to be down. All right? So let's go into the book of Psalms chapter 10. And it reads, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So the devices that they have imagined are, man, I can't even get to the part to the devices what he's imagined. His thoughts, his inward thoughts are so deep that my mind can't go to where his mind is. It's just not in my spirit for me to even go that far. It's just letting me know that this man's heart is very deep, and he's gonna come with some shit that's gonna shock everyone. It's gonna shock even some of the elect, but some of the elect is gonna be like, man, damn, I knew this was gonna happen. But the elect is going to be saved out of that. All right? Verse 3, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, abhorreth." The Lord hates a covetous man. All right? Especially if you blessing this covetous man more and more and more. This is how you see the rich get richer and the poor gets poor. All right? And it reads on, verse 4. "The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts." And you can clearly and plainly see that in today's time. You can see that this white man, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all of the people, the Most High is not in their hearts. You want to know why? They're coming up with evolution. They're trying to say that the Most High is not real. But clearly you can see it in your everyday life when you go outside, even when you're breathing. You see the sun hits you. You can see all things. But guess what? Our people can't see that this man is not after the Most High. You can see how he governs the world. So verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. See, this is the pride of Esau. He feels that nothing is not going to come his way. No type of mischief, no type of trouble, anything. He feels that he's in a spot that nothing is going to happen. And guess what? He has moved that vibration upon all of the world and upon our people. Our people feel that no one is going to touch the United States of America, aka Babylon, aka Egypt. But the Most High said he's going to bring this kingdom down. It's going to be basically a desert for nothing. There's going to be nothing here, man. Ain't nobody going to ever live over here anymore. Not inhabitant, nothing. It's going to be done away with. It's going to perish. It's all going to be stubble. This is the pride of him. Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He seeketh in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. And when I read the different I don't know how to say it. Salaki, it escaped me. But the different plans, the Megiddo plan, the Rex 84, the Alfred plan, the Genocide Act, the Operation Cable Splicer, so on and so forth. He's doing this, and he's doing it privately. And he's setting it against the poor. The poor is the people, the Israelites, and mainly the elect. If he can kill the elect off, I mean, everything else will go his way. You understand? But he can't. He's going to kill 2/3 of Israel, but guess what? He won't be able to touch, Salakia. He won't be able to touch not all of the elect. He's going to get some of them because some of them are going to have to die for the testimony of Yahushua. And we know that. All right? So verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And how is he drawing the people into his net? He's drawing them saying, oh, forgive us. We're coming to you in peace. But behind his back, he got a sword ready to slay the poor. The poor is the Israelites. He's ready to draw closer, to draw near. But guess what? He's taking orders from Satan what he needs to do. But guess what? Who's getting the orders? They're getting the orders from Satan, but Satan's getting his orders from who? The Most High. As the scripture says, the deceiver and the deceiver are his. The deceiver and the deceiver are his. You understand? The so-called white man is deceived by his pride. He thinks that he has all power, in which he's just a puppet. All right? Verse 10. He croucheth and humble himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And how is he going to fall by his strong ones? His military, his laws, his propaganda, his ways of life, everything. He's going to fall. Salakia, the poor is going to fall by his strong ones because of these different things that are on the earth. Even though he crouches and humble himself. This is deceiving the people. But our people are so simple, they can't get it. They can never get it. They will never get it. So let's get this in the book of Sirach, chapter 12. Sirach, chapter 12. In the book of in the Apocrypha, it reads Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10, better known as Sirach. All right, and it reads, never, never, never Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. That should speak something to you. The scriptures even let you know, don't trust this. Don't trust, don't trust this enemy. Don't trust Esau. Because like as his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Iron always rusts when it gets to a certain point. So now it says, so is his wickedness. Right now he may come off calm to you. You may think that this man is a man that couldn't even hurt a fly. But his wickedness is always gonna come back. It's gonna eventually show, and everyone's gonna see it. So verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. He's being a covetous. Right there. And thou, at the last, remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? And that's my question to the 2/3 of Israel, to the people who can't see this person as the devil that he is. Why would I pity you because you think that this man is not the serpent? This man's going to turn around and bite you in your ass. He's going to turn around and bite you and slay you. Like the scripture says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. If you're not aware of something, you're gonna get caught up in the crossfire, and that's exactly what 2/3 of our people are gonna be doing. Let me read some more. Yeah, let's do Salakia. All right, 16 to 18. And it reads, Sirach 12 and 16. And it reads, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in the heart he imagineth how to overthrow thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. This man could never be pleased. It's in his spirit to always have more and more and more. But guess what? It's going to come a time till he's going to eat him up so much that he's going to have to perish. He's going to have to die. You understand? Verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. So anywhere where you see adversity coming unto you, any type of trouble, you're going to always see him there. He's going to always be there first. That should be your first thought. Wherever this type of trouble is, this white man's behind it. He has to be there. All right? He may not be there physically where you can see, but you're going to know behind the scenes it was this white man. When you see adversity, let's say back a couple months, when the Amazon fire, the Amazon forest caught on fire. Come on, man, that had to be Esau. We already know it was Esau behind the scenes. Got the people crying, talking about never in so amount of many years have this never happened. What's going on? Someone caught it on fire. Esau. He knows that the Israelites a lot of them were in that forest. All right? And it reads on. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. It's the time when you go into the hurricane a couple years ago in Puerto Rico. He acted like he was helping the people. You got Trump. He got the little spray gun or whatever, and he's shooting out towels to the people. showing a lack of disrespect. The people out there starving, don't have no water. It's off the coastal line of Puerto Rico where no one is. They find it a year later. All the water, the food and things. He acted like he was helping the people, but really, he was not. Verse 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And this is exactly what's going to happen. This is what's going to be happening in these end days. We are in the last days, Salakia. And we can see how our people are just grabbing on to Esau, this so-called white man. We can see how how our people just love him. They will even fight against us, the prophets, the men of the Lord, who are out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. You understand? And our people they cannot break the yoke from off their neck. The reason why is because the Most High don't want them to. The Most High want them to suffer for all the things that they have done in their past lives. They have not been shown any mercy. So therefore, the Most High is going to give them over to this man. This man is going to get all power on the earth at one time. And guess what? He's going to do a lot of killing. But he's going to do a lot of killing of Jake. He got everything in motion right now. He's ready. He's ready. But it's not until the Most High said he's ready for him to unleash his power on the earth. It's going to be a lot of killing, a lot of crying, a lot of moaning, everything, groaning, all type of things. It ain't going to be no more having fun, going out having fun. It's going to be nothing but like race wars and adversity, people starving, people eating their own children. It's going to get so bad, people dying. It's going to get worse. It's going to be the worstest time they said ever in history. And this white man that you see that's calm, he got his business suits on. There's nothing going to happen. Everyone feels safe. Like the scripture says, while they said that there is peace, there shall be none. Roughly paraphrasing. All right? So, sorry I didn't want to make the video too long, but hope everyone was edified. And always remember, never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy, man. Especially the so-called white man, which is your biggest enemy. All right? So I want to give another double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone who have taught me this truth. And enough respect out there to the brothers, the Akim, out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. This is the brother Malachi. Shalom.